So you mean to tell me that me as a black American, we jealous of Africans because y'all starting businesses here in the United States? That don't make sense. Y'all too busy selling each other out. Why would I be jealous of that? Why would I be jealous of a group of people who literally have their own continent but run in every other direction but their own? Why would I be jealous of a group of people who can open a business anywhere but Africa? Why would I be jealous of a group of people who might not know the value of their own dollar in their own country, but I guarantee you they can tell you how much USD is worth compared to a Great British Pound or a Euro or anything else? Y'all learn everybody else's language. I don't ever see y'all speaking Swahili. I don't ever see y'all wearing y'all clothes nowhere. All I see is y'all integrating yourself in everybody else's culture. You got Africans going to China speaking Chinese, but I guarantee you I ain't never met a Chinese person speaking Swahili. You got Africans knowing how to speak Spanish. Y'all can speak English. Y'all can speak Japanese, everything. Y'all literally absorb and assimilate to all these other people's culture. We're talking about modern culture. I'm not talking about your great ancestors from 500 years ago that was once speaking a Chinese language. We're talking about right now. Right now, y'all literally running in all directions trying to make money. Why would I be jealous of that? Our ancestors didn't fuck with y'all. Why would we associate to the same people that sold our ancestors here in the first place? I don't understand that. Y'all might be talking about division now. Y'all decided to divide us when y'all shipped us over here because y'all wanted some sugar. Because y'all needed some forks and some spoons and some knives, and y'all decided to sell your own people out just so that you can have little commodities.
The diaspora war in America is heating up. And August 1st, there's been a boycott of all African braiding shops and African stores here in America. Black Americans are upset and they feel like Africans disrespect them. They come to this country, they undermine our accomplishments. They say that they're outpacing us, they're outdoing us, we're lazy, we're all these different things. They have all these disparaging things to say about us, right? So now Black Americans, foundational Black Americans are deciding to delineate and separate themselves from Caribbeans and African groups. Not saying that they don't recognize their African bloodlines or say that they're not African descent, but they're saying that they had an ethnogenesis here in America and we are separate from this group, right? We're not saying that we don't love them or we don't care for them, but a lot of them have come here and they've separated themselves and they did not want to be a part of what we have going on, right? So now you see Africans coming out, some in support of foundational Black Americans, some saying you want to go to war. We saw that lady, right? But there's a situation going on where Africans on the continent is calling out other Africans for not coming home to help rebuild their countries. Now, Black Americans will often say, hey, why don't you go back home? If you were so successful here, why don't you go back home and do it? But there's Africans on the continent and there's Africans here holding other Africans accountable and saying, you're not going back home to build nothing. Stop lying to those Black Americans. Once you come here and you get a taste of this, you're not going back nowhere. And they're saying this, right? I mean, there's even one person called Africa the hood, right? Africa's the hood with his gangs and there's all kinds of stuff, and he's not trying to go back. Y'all don't believe me? Check this out.
Why Africans flee Africa, why Africans don't stay in Africa and build Africa. Let me talk to y'all for a second. I'm gonna use terms that everybody can understand, so pay attention. Africa is the hood. Africa is the hood. You don't choose to be born in a hood. You just born in a hood. Some people got it good in a hood and some people got it bad in a hood. But no matter how good or bad you got it in a hood, you'll stay in a hood. Y'all know everything that goes in a hood. The violence, the degeneracy, the gangs, all that stuff. It's the hood. Now let's talk about the reasons why people leave the hood. When someone made it in the hood, what's the first thing they do? They leave the hood. They move to the suburbs for a better life, right? Yes. When someone is targeted by a gang from the hood, what do? They leave the hood. Why? To survive. Those are the main reasons why people leave the hood. The person who left the hood because they were being targeted by a gang is probably going to leave the hood with nothing. Meanwhile, the person who left the hood because they made it out of the hood, they're probably going to live with something. That's the person who's going to move in the suburbs to live a better life. The person who ran away from the gang is probably just going to start from scratch somewhere else. Now, the person who moved to the suburbs is going to have kids in the suburbs. These kids will never know anything about the hood. These are the kids that will talk crap about the hood because they don't know anything about the hood. These are the kids that will ask, why is nobody leaving the hood if the hood is so bad? Now that we have established all these things, let's move back to the hood. Let's talk about the people who are still in the hood. Why are they not developing the hood? Why are they not building the hood? Now imagine that you live in a hood, right? You look around and you don't like what you see. And you say to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna make a change. You build a business, you build a store, and you start exchanging goods. You hire people, you're giving jobs, right? Everybody's happy with you because you are helping the community. One of these days, one of the local gangs come to your store and they want to tax you. They're telling you, this is our territory. You have to pay. Otherwise, we're going to do things to your store. You resist. You say, no, I won't be bullied. I'm just trying to help my community. This store is also helping your people. Why are you trying to destroy my store? And they tell you, we don't care about that. We want our taxation. You're going to pay. You say, no, I won't be bullied. They say, okay. Now, every time you open your store, these gangs come around to harass you. They chase your customers away and your business fail. What are you going to do at that point? Try to open another store in a hood? Or say to yourself, you know what? I have made a little bit of money from my previous store. These people are not going to let me do what I want to do here. I really tried. It didn't work out. I'm going to take my money, go somewhere else where I can be what I know I can be. You go somewhere else and you succeed. Now you have the possibility to go back to the hood and give to people here and there. Now you know that you could have helped your community way better with a store in a community, but you cannot do it because the reality of your community is that there are elements in your community that seek nothing but destruction. And you have to make a choice. Either I stay here and I lose my life, or go somewhere else where I can do better than I could in my own community, and then every once in a while go back and help the people in my community. So yes, that's the reason why people flee Africa. That's the reason why people don't stay in Africa and build Africa. You cannot build a foundation on an unstable terrain.
But my original question was like, so for if people want to leave America and like try to find those
Leave America and go where?
back home,
Let's be honest. Go back where? It's not cool back home.
it's not.
Just, I mean, my country now is in the economy now is in shambles. Like,
But if okay, so if people are leaving,
I do my part.
Yeah.
I'm an ambassador. So when I go home and I'm filming and showing, I'm not gonna show the bad parts. I ain't gonna show all the
You're not
bad
gonna try
parts.
to slum. You're not gonna show the trenches.
No, I go to the trenches.
Yeah.
I film the trenches, but I'm talking about the situation in the country.
Yeah.
We Nigerians, you know what I'm saying? Like now the exchange rate is messed up. The a lot of stuff not going well. You know what I'm saying? The economy is just not good anymore. The oil prices are too high. And imagine a country that produces oil. We produce the oil, and we paying more money for oil than a country that's importing the oil. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's stuff like that. But regardless, entertainment is one of the things that's made Africa look good.
Yeah.
We do not have the best leaders. That's a fact.
My goal is to move back to Africa once I finish my building in Africa. My brother, every African that come to America said the same thing you said, but only 0.1% out of 100 went back to Africa to stay permanently. You get to the point now. A lot of people have said this thing in their prime stage. Oh, I just want to spend 2 years in America. I'll move back to Africa. Bro, it doesn't work like that. The moment you step your feet in this America, it only takes the grace of God for you to go back to Africa. You get to the point now, only grace of God. I understand the fact that when you are coming to America, we made so much mouth. Oh, just give me 5 years. I'll prove a point. I will show the villagers that we are the richest people in this village, in this community. Bro, you will not understand. You get to the point now. You see this building you are building in Africa. You think you have a very big project now. You think you are rich. You think you are doing well. But when you finish this house, then you realize that that house is as useless as anything. Then your brain will calm down. You don't need that house you are building in Africa. You need that big mansion you are building. You don't need it. You get to the point now, save your money, invest in this country. Invest in this country. Whenever you are ready to move back to Africa, move back with your cash to establish whatever you want to establish. But then seek ye the American dream first, and every other thing shall be added unto you. You get the point now? Because he that findeth American dream findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from American system. You cannot live in America and live somewhere else. If you want to enjoy America, you have to live in America 100%. You get to the point now. That's why a lot of you struggle here, killing yourself, working for your retirement. Let me go and build here, build mansion for my retirement in Africa. Why are you killing yourself in your prime stage to go and build a building that before you retire, that building is already old? You don't need those buildings you are building now. You don't need those homes, those houses you are building in Africa. That is waste. That is useless.
So these Africans are fleeing from their country for a lot of different reasons, right? But the problem that I have is a lot of you guys come here and you have negative connotations and say a bunch of bad things about us when you get here, when you understand that your country itself is in shambles, right? The very things that you talk about us being violent, all these different things in your country, it's the same things going on, right? You guys went through colonization. Y'all can't figure it out to get it right. But for some reason, y'all got a lot of smoke for us. And these are the things that we actually have a problem with. These are the things that we've been calling out, saying, yo, the disrespect got to stop. It has to stop. But the thing is, so now here, you guys saying, well, you guys are alienating us. No, we're saying that you can't come here and benefit off of what we fought for, while at the same time disrespecting us, while at the same time running from your country, knowing that you don't even want to go back there because you don't even like your people back there. You don't like the government. You don't like the way your people behave. But they wasn't finished. It was to the point where even Arab countries are saying, stay in your country and build your own country. Stop coming here. Check this out.
If you are abroad for less than 10 years, if you're in America, Canada, UK for less than 10 years, you have no business having any form of project in Nigeria. I see a lot of people talking about, oh, they have this project in Nigeria, they are building this in Nigeria. Let me tell you, sister, where's my microphone? Your village people, they are using you. Your village people, they are the one pushing you to do project in Nigeria. Give yourself time, give yourself space, give yourself grace to stand grigba before you start doing any project in Nigeria. You cannot just come here and be picking up shift upon shift upon shift to build house for who to live here. A ghost? Village people should not use you. If you are less than 10 years, please, you have no business having any project in Nigeria. Focus on why you are here. Then after that, when you have that kind of money, your body will tell you when it's time to build in Nigeria. But for right now, you are in the trenches, you are suffering, you are too poor for the conversation you are about to have.
Guys, UAE Dubai has placed a visa ban on Nigerians at the age of 18 to 45. Say that if you're a Nigerian and you are at the age range of 18 to 45, you are no longer allowed to enter Dubai on tourists. Say you are not needed. So, who will not travel to Dubai? Ancestors? Or underage? Like, what is going on? This is becoming serious. This is literally becoming serious. This is a word rejection. It's a word rejection. And something needs to be done. It started from UK. They say there is a new UK immigration new policy. Okay, no problem. Now US non-immigrant visa from 5 years to 3 months. 5 years to 3 months. 5 years multiple entry to 3 months single entry. It didn't end there. Dubai said that Nigeria can no longer transit in Dubai. We accepted it. Then a few days later, they said that if you are 18 to 45, you are not needed as a tourist in Dubai. Please though, what did we do wrong as a nation? Because it seems like the whole world doesn't want us in their country again. Something needs to be done.
So if you think this is something, there's a Nigerian man calling Africans out for not coming back to Nigeria and building their country, for not having the love of your own people, not loving your people enough to actually come back and want to reinvest in your people to make Nigerians become the best version of themselves, to change the thought process of Nigerians globally. So he's calling them out and holding them accountable, right? So at the same time, while they're being so judgmental of us as Africans on the ground, that's echoing the same sentiments that we're saying here. Check it out.
Nigeria, your people are running from your country as though the entire country is at war. Both men and women, young and old, to every other country. You have now become Africa's most emigrated country, meaning you have the largest number of people living abroad compared to any other African countries. This was true 20 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, and same today, and the number isn't slowing down because the factors that causes this is still expanding. Your social media content creators who indulge in politics are either doing it with comedy to trivialize the repercussions of their words, or are doing it outside of your country for fear of their lives. Almost every well-meaning person who speaks truth to issues in Nigeria lives outside of Nigeria. Fear and terror have hijacked your country at every front. There is no non-politician fighting for the change that can bring a difference in your country anymore. Almost every relevant voice in your country is either silenced or paid at this point. Therefore, the fight other countries have to put in to attain the peace you see and desire is what you have denied and declined. It doesn't work like this, Nigeria. Nigeria, instead of trying to make yourselves relevant in other countries, instead of trying to insert yourselves into the social fabric of other countries by all means necessary, how about this? How about you go back home and build your country? You have a country that could use a lot of the smart people. How be it, ladies and gentlemen, that the ones who claim to be smart are leaving or have left the country? Ladies and gentlemen, who have they left behind? How will you build your country like this? You have abandoned your country to politicians and cabals whose interest is similar, actually, to yours. And here is my explanation to that. Similar to yours in the sense that these politicians and cabals have conquered the country and now enjoy the monopoly of their powers and will hold on to it by any means necessary as long as they can. And that same spirit, ladies and gentlemen, is what most young Nigerians carry around to other countries. Are you any different, if I may ask? You want to dominate and entrench your dominion by all means necessary in the country you've moved to for as long as you can, just like your politicians and your cabals. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the chaos in your country, and the same chaos is being exported to other African countries and to most parts of the world.
So I'll say this for me. This is just me, George Macon. I don't hate Africans. I don't hate Caribbeans. I love Jamaicans. I love Haitians. I love Trinidadians. I love my diaspora and people. I love my brothers and sisters in Belize, my brothers and sisters in Panama, Cuba, right? Barbuda, all these different, St. Thomas, Brazil. I love my brothers and sisters all throughout the diaspora and Africa. I don't really have smoke for you. I don't like the fact that when you come here, you undermine our accomplishments and you have the audacity and the mitigated gall to say that we don't have culture. When you guys all in all those countries watch us and you're influenced by what we do, from the way that we talk, our ability to fight to get things passed, our music, everything, our food, our dress, the way, everything that we do, you guys emulate us, right? And then you come in and say that we don't have no culture. The reason why you're saying that because we had an open door policy where you guys can come in and we love you and we build here. You come here, you black. We've even allowed you to become a leader amongst our group. We have the history to show it in our favor. We've done these things. We've opened up our door in our arms, right? And we loved you guys, loved on you guys. And when you come here and you're successful, we championed it. Yes, you come here, you're a dentist, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer. Yes, that's what we fought for. We fought for you guys to come here, we get our numbers up, and we fight against W supremacy. We didn't fight for you guys to come here to become a lawyer, a doctor, a dentist, or all these things and then say you outdoing us and you're doing better than us and we're lazy and this. That's not what we fought for you guys to come here for. Because we can turn around and say, well, you guys lazy, you have your intact language, a culture, everything. Why aren't you rebelling all throughout Africa and get the French out of there? Overthrown. Why aren't you? We could easily turn around and say all those disparaging things, right? Without having full knowledge of what's actually going on the ground. But for you to come here, when you already saw successful black people, we were already the lawyers. We were already the doctors. We were already the dentists. We were already everything that you guys are first. That's why you came here. You looked over the hill and you saw successful black people. And you said, hey, it's some successful black people. Let's go there. And then we champion for you to come. So when you come here, know our story first. Know our history. Respect our story. We're not practicing xenophobia on you. Stop using those words when you don't like the things that we're saying right now and use the word xenophobic. In Philadelphia, D.C., Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, you're not running for your life. Black Americans are not harming you. So stop using that term xenophobic. Like, this is the disingenuous stuff. You guys come and go as you please. We don't bother. We don't bother you guys. So to use the term xenophobic is disingenuous. You're being tone deaf because a lot of you don't respect us. So you hear exactly what we're saying. We never said that we hate you guys. We said that you need to show some respect to the people that actually loved you enough to want you to come here to achieve your goals. It wasn't a W, man. That was us. So show some respect. That's all we're saying. But for you to be tone deaf and blatantly ignore what we're saying lets us know how you really feel about us. And it lets us know that you still practicing the tribalism that you practice in your own country, and you don't even love your own people enough to go back and help rebuild. So it's obvious that you're not going to love us. And that's a fact. But I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love you. Till the next time, peace. And that's not directed at all Africans, because you got some Africans that understand exactly what I'm saying. And they full-blooded riders. And we ride with them. But those out there that this hit and this sting, then I'm talking to you. Peace.